Hi everyone, Ray here with another PM tip. Let's suppose you arrive to work on Monday morning and find that your key chief software engineer didn't show up to work. You subsequently learn that he was arrested over the weekend for tax evasion for the last 8 years. The week is tense and you hope you will get your key engineer back. After all, you figure he'll be able to make bail, get out of jail. So he makes bail and returns for a week. The following Monday, he's gone again. This time you learn he fled to another country, seeking asylum and abandoning his wife and children to avoid prosecution. Looks like the key engineer won't ever be available again. Your other engineers tell you he single-handedly designed 60% of the system, and they don't know what or how he did it. It's going to take them months to figure it out. This example was taken from real life. Project failure was imminent as several other significant risks became issues. What's more, the incident led to a chain of events that effectively put the company involved out of business. Compounding the issue is the low-ranking resource risks typically get on projects. Yet underlying almost every risk is the element of human behavior. And the availability of required skills and talent accounts for a large portion of the human resources risks. So how can we avoid this? The answer is transition and succession planning. This human resources process, like budgeting, is often not the direct responsibility of the project manager. As with budgeting, good project managers that want to deliver quality projects on time will keep an eye on the process. This is especially important for longer, more complex projects. Outside of the project environment, this might go by several names, such as business continuity planning or maybe professional development. The key ideas are the same. You want the right people on your project. You want to be sure they are not irreplaceable, and you want to make sure that if a new resource comes on board, they can hit the ground running. The first step is to make sure that your project team has clear roles and responsibilities. For large, complex projects, these need to be in writing and more detailed than a simple job description. Having this information is key to effective transition and succession planning. Think of transition planning as the onboarding and exit process for your project team members. When a team member exits for any reason, you generally want to make sure you understand the skills that need to be replaced, the status of the work in progress and promised deliverables that will go unfulfilled, discuss with the individual how their role may have changed over time, if a discussion is possible, update the roles and responsibilities as necessary, collect any company property, get access to any passwords, codes, and anything else that's needed to carry on the work, and have the remainder changed or deactivated. And depending on company customs, you might organize a departure gathering or a celebration. And again, it also depends on the circumstances. Depending on how your company operates, you may or may not have an opportunity to participate in the hire or assignment of a new team member. But when a new team member comes on board, you need to be able to introduce them to the team and be sure that they become an integral part of the team quickly. Describe their actual roles and responsibilities to them and the team. Organize any training or professional development that they may need to come up to speed. Be sure they have all the tools they need to perform their work: laptops, application access, the materials that they need to do their work, and set expectations for initial deliverables and timelines. Smooth transitions will help assure the timely and efficient delivery of your project, along with scheduling techniques such as crashing, adding more resources, and fast tracking, which is doing more work in parallel. Now, while succession planning at a corporate level can be complex, I like to think of the project version as having only two processes: talent evaluation and talent development. So let's look at these briefly. For project managers, talent evaluation should not be your standard HR performance review, which can often be based on subjective measures. The best measure to keep your project on track is based on deliverables. For each role and responsibility for the project, you expect certain tasks to be completed. Develop a checklist, check them off. In the process, you should observe what other tasks the individual you will be evaluating may be capable of completing. Once a quarter, it'll be helpful to sit down with that team member and discuss your vision for the project, other roles this individual might be interested in exploring, what they hope to gain from the work, and tasks they might complete to grow their capabilities. Completion of talent evaluation and the identification of talents to develop will lead you to the next step, which is talent development. Now, to me, this is the best part of the job. No matter what industry you're in or what type of work is performed, I've always noticed that the real high performing teams address the what's in it for me question with personal and professional development. As the project progresses, watch for opportunities to shift assignments that may build talents and satisfy needs. As new skills are required for successful project completion, consider carefully who will get that training and hopefully who in your network with other project and program managers in the company are available for opportunities in the future. As a related matter, also see what roadblocks you can remove and make them more productive. At one point in my career, I was faced with the challenge of managing a group that was perceived to be underperforming, unmotivated, and a major obstacle in the whole engineering process. In less than a year, I was able to complete a complete turnaround, building a highly effective team and culture by identifying roles and responsibilities, identifying key behavioral ground rules for internal and external interactions, forming a team vision with, of course, the input from the team, reining in chaos, but not to the point where innovation got stifled, letting the team know their promotion, their development was a goal, identifying, removing roadblocks and speed bumps and any inefficiencies, providing essential professional development opportunities, building work objectives that grew both the individual and the team, and cross-training the team, and every critical skill had a backup. Now, in less than a year, team efficiency increased many times, and it was noticed by those we worked with. Multiple cost savings were identified and enacted. One individual was promoted to another group, and everyone, including me, loved to come to work every day. So next time you have a little bit of planning time and you're not trying to do all the work yourself, sit down and give a little thought to transition and succession planning. Maybe meet with HR, find out what your company is doing about it, if it's a large organization, or if you're an entrepreneur and you have a small organization, spend some time crafting how you will address it. So that's this week's tip. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next week.